Let's begin with the story from the NHL. It's reinstating the 5 players acquitted of sexual assault in July. The athletes were members of Canada's World Junior Hockey team in 2018. In its announcement today, the league said the players' actions were, quote, deeply troubling and unacceptable, but they can return to the NHL in December if a team signs them.
5 players were banned. Now they're back. It's been over 7 years since the night that changed everything. In just weeks, they can sign new NHL deals. And by December, they can be on the ice again. This decision came fast, and it's not sitting well with everyone. The NHL just made it official, and the fallout has already started.
But the union representing these five players in their statement points out that this was deemed to be not criminal. These men were not found guilty.
In a huge announcement, the NHL has cleared 5 players to come back and play. These players were part of Canada's 2018 World Junior Hockey team. Their names are Carter Hart, Dillon Dube, McLeod, Foote, and Alex Formenton. They had been facing serious charges, but now they are no longer in trouble with the law. On July 25, 2025, a judge in Ontario said the players were not guilty. The case was about something that happened in London, Ontario in 2018. It was during a Hockey Canada event. The players were accused of sexual assault, but the judge said the woman's story did not match the facts. She said the story had problems and didn't feel true. Because of that, the players were found not guilty. Right after the trial, the NHL made their own checks. They had already started their investigation in May 2022. The league looked at videos, messages, and talked to many people. After all that work, the NHL made a decision. The NHL said the players broke the league's rules for behavior. They did not do anything illegal, but the NHL said they still acted badly. The league said their actions were unacceptable, but the players said they were sorry. They had private meetings with NHL leaders. They said they regret what happened. The NHL gave each player a punishment, but that punishment is not forever. They can come back. Here is how the league's timeline works. From October 15th, 2025, 4 of the 5 players can sign contracts with NHL teams. They can start skating and training with their teams on November 15th. But they cannot play in games until December 1st. The 4 players who can sign right now are Carter Hart, a goalie who last played for the Philadelphia Flyers. Dillon Dube, a forward who last played for the Calgary Flames. McLeod, a center who last played for the New Jersey Devils. Foote, a defenseman who also played with New Jersey. Before the charges, these players had growing careers. Carter Hart was seen as one of the NHL's young star goalies. Dillon Dube had strong playoff performances. McLeod played top-line minutes in New Jersey. The NHL said in a statement that the behavior of the players fell woefully short of what the league expects. They said this is not how NHL players should act. But after talking with the players and reviewing the case, the league agreed to lift the ban after a delay. This was not a quick choice. The NHL talked to lawyers. They read many pages of court records. They looked at phone records, hotel camera footage, and interviews. This was the biggest off-ice investigation the league has done in years. The case had first come to light when it was revealed that Hockey Canada paid a large sum of money to settle the woman's complaint in 2018. That money came from a special fund, and that made many people angry. The whole hockey world was affected. Because of the case, many changes were made at Hockey Canada. Leaders resigned. New rules about safe sport and behavior were introduced. The NHL's own investigation took over 2 years to complete. Now that the players are cleared to come back, teams must decide if they want to sign them. That choice is not easy. Some fans may not want to see them on the ice. Other teams may feel pressure to stay away. As of now, no team has signed any of the 4 available players. One quote from the NHL said, "While the players' conduct was found not to be criminal, it was clearly unacceptable." That quote came directly from the league's public statement. The NHLPA, the players' union, also gave a comment. They said, "To avoid a protracted dispute that would cause further delay, we reached the resolution that the league announced today." The timeline remains clear. October 15th, the players can sign. November 15th, they can train. December 1st, they can play games again. For now, Carter Hart, Dube, McLeod, and Foote are free to talk with teams, but they cannot join training camps that begin in early October. Alex Formenton's return will depend on whether Ottawa wants him back. For the 5 players, their careers could restart, but this story will follow them. Teams who sign them will need to talk with fans, answer questions, and explain their choice. The NHL has now set a process. That process says when, how, and under what conditions these players can return. They are not being rushed back. There is a clear schedule. From this point on, it is up to teams. Each NHL team will now decide, do they want to sign these players or not? The hockey world is watching. The Canadiens just delivered a cap shock that sent ripples through the NHL. Montreal has made a bold cap decision that few saw coming. They are now actively working to move a massive $10.5 million contract. The implications for team flexibility are serious and immediate. Reports confirm a new frontrunner has emerged in the race to take on the deal. The Montreal Canadiens are in active talks to move the contract of Carey Price. According to reports, the contract carries a cap hit of $10.5 million. Carey Price has not played since the 2021 to 2022 season. His career has been put on hold due to a knee injury that required surgery. Despite not playing, his contract remains on the books for the Canadiens. The Canadiens already paid out a $5.5 million signing bonus to Price on July 1st. This payment was scheduled as part of the contract structure. With that bonus now complete, the remaining value of the deal is much smaller in real money, but the cap hit remains high at $10.5 million. This makes his contract attractive for teams looking to reach the salary cap floor without taking on large real cash commitments. The San Jose Sharks have been identified as a frontrunner in these talks. Pensberg reported that the Canadiens' intention is to offload the contract to create greater cap flexibility for the coming seasons. This would free Montreal to make additional roster adjustments as they continue their rebuild. The Canadiens have already made significant roster changes in recent months. Defenseman Noah Dobson was acquired from the New York Islanders in a major trade. He was then signed to an 8-year contract extension worth $9.5 million annually. This move secured a top defenseman for the long term, but also added considerable salary commitments to the payroll. Moving Price's contract would give Montreal additional room to structure its roster around younger stars such as Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and Lane Hutson. It also provides space for the entry of Ivan Demidov, who joined the Canadiens this season after winning both Rookie of the Year and MVP honors in the KHL. The deal was structured with heavy signing bonuses. The latest of those, $5.5 million, has already been paid. That makes the remaining money less significant to an acquiring team, but under league rules, the cap hit of $10.5 million remains constant. This has made Price's contract one of the most discussed in current NHL trade rumors. The San Jose Sharks are in a position where they need to reach the salary cap floor. By taking on Price's deal, they can satisfy that requirement without spending the same amount in real dollars. Reports state that the Canadiens are willing to attach additional assets to move the contract. These assets may include draft picks or prospects. The importance of this transaction lies in what it does for Montreal's flexibility. With the $10.5 million hit removed, they would have more space to extend current players, sign new talent, or absorb contracts in future trades. Montreal's front office has been reshaping the roster steadily. Last season, the Canadiens posted a 40-31-11 record. They returned to the playoffs, but were eliminated in the first round. Nick Suzuki led the team in scoring with 82 points. Rookie defenseman Lane Hutson won the Calder Trophy after an outstanding debut season. Cole Caulfield added 34 goals. Price's contract includes a no-movement clause. This means that any trade must be approved. However, since he is no longer active, the focus is primarily on cap management rather than playing considerations. The Canadiens are now seeking to use the same mechanism to clear Price's contract. The discussions with San Jose are ongoing. Reports suggest that a deal could be finalized in the coming days. For Canadiens fans, Price remains a franchise icon. He led the team to the Stanley Cup Final in 2021. He is remembered as one of the greatest goalies in team history. But the present reality is financial. The $10.5 million cap hit restricts Montreal's ability to maneuver. The move to shift this contract marks a significant step in the team's rebuild. The Canadiens have positioned themselves with a core of young talent. Suzuki, Caulfield, Hudson, and Demidov are central to that plan. Dobson now anchors the defense with his new 8-year deal. The removal of Price's contract would allow management to continue shaping the roster around this young group. The transaction is being watched closely around the league. San Jose is seen as the most likely partner, but other teams could enter the discussions. The timing, right after the latest bonus payment, makes the contract easier to move. With Price's playing career effectively over, the trade is about cap space and financial structure. This makes the Canadiens' decision one of the most significant cap moves of the current offseason.
We get to Connor Bedard at number 8, former teammate of Patty Maroon's. At this desk, we watched the World Juniors. That guy had a touchdown against Germany. True story. He had 7 points in one game. He had 23 in the tournament, most ever by a Canadian-born player, and we know how special World Juniors is to Team Canada. As his teammate, you not only helped him mature, but if you look at this, watch this feed 77. Off you go.
A shocking announcement dropped in late August 2025. The NHL Network ranked its top 25 players under 25. Connor Bedard landed at number 8.
Top 25 players born this quarter century, and you can see that we have progressed all the way to the top 10, the best of the best, the elite among this young and talented group of players. At 10, it's Matt Boldy of the Minnesota Wild, Adam Fantilli, 9, Connor Bedard, Chicago Blackhawks, 8.
Social media lit up. Fans flooded posts calling it an absolute joke. The move shocked hockey fans around the world. This moment has become the story of the offseason. It happened at the end of August 2025. The NHL Network released its official ranking of the 25 best NHL players under age 25. Connor Bedard, the Chicago Blackhawks center, came in at number 8. The announcement immediately caused turmoil across social media. The ranking positioned Rasmus Dahlin of the Buffalo Sabres at number 1. He leads all 21st century-born players with 277 career assists and 360 career points. Dahlin has played 509 games and logged 11,844 minutes of ice time, ranking first in those categories. He registered 68 points, 17 goals, 51 assists in the 2024-25 season and earned a +20 rating at even strength. Connor Bedard ranked number 8. He notched 67 points in 82 games, 23 goals, 44 assists during the 2024-25 season. He followed a strong rookie campaign in 2023-24 when he earned 61 points in 68 games and won the Calder Memorial Trophy. Social media reaction was immediate. One fan wrote, "Absolute joke. Bedard at 8? Michkov that low is ridiculous." Another user declared, "The Connor Bedard hate is hilarious. No chance he's 8th, ha 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 ha." Other responses questioned the criteria. Based off what? Lowell, what has Bedard done? That user added a note pointing to Bedard's 128 points in 150 NHL games so far. Additional criticism addressed the quality of the ranking overall. One post stated, "I think this might get the cake as the worst list of the offseason guys." Another said, "How does NHL Network continuously embarrass themselves?" Analysis appeared quickly. Many noted that several players ranked above Bedard had playoff experience or more seasons in the NHL. Bedard's Blackhawks did not make the 2025 playoffs. That absence may have contributed to his lower placement. Connor Bedard's early career includes multiple high-prestige accomplishments. He was selected first overall in the 2023 NHL Draft. He won the Calder Trophy in 2024. In his WHL junior career, Bedard earned awards such as Jim Piggott Memorial Trophy, Bob Clark Trophy, and 4 Broncos Memorial Trophy. He also earned CHL Top Scorer and Player of the Year and was named an All-Star. Internationally, he was MVP at the World Junior Championships and earned IIHF Male Player of the Year in 2023. His combined NHL totals include 128 points over 150 games, 45 goals, 83 assists. In the 2024-25 season, Bedard recorded 67 points. Rasmus Dahlin's dominance stands in contrast, with his 68 points as a defenseman and a leading role in ice time and assists. There was no detailed explanation from NHL Network on ranking methodology. Fans speculated that playoff performance, overall experience, and positional value may have played roles in Bedard's placement. Some analysts referenced that Bedard's absence from postseason games could lower his perceived value versus players like Hughes or Stützle, who have playoff history. Dahlin's ranking at number 1 came in conjunction with his strong career statistics and leadership role. Jack Hughes and Tim Stützle, ranked 2 and 3, delivered productive seasons. Hughes had a significant goal share before shoulder surgery, and Stützle led his team in points and assists, including playoff contribution. Macklin Celebrini, a former first overall pick, scored 63 points in 70 games. He ranked 5th among under-25 players. Wyatt Johnston delivered 71 points and played every game for Dallas. He ranked 7th ahead of Bedard. Adam Fantilli logged 54 points after injury recovery. Matt Boldy delivered 73 points with 10 game winners. All of these names together show the crowded field of top young NHL talent. The online reaction lingered. The phrase, "absolute joke," circulated widely, representing a collective dismissal of Bedard's ranking. That response is consistent with previous offseason rankings. Similar lists sparked outrage. Critics framed this as yet another misstep by NHL Network. Bedard's placement at number 8 stands as a surprising data point against his record of achievement. Dahlin's top placement speaks to sustained performance and production. The ranking list provides fact-based ordering from Dahlin at number 1 to Matthew Knies at number 25. The gap between fan expectations and the ranking exposes challenges of weighing rookies and seasoned players. No further statement has emerged from NHL Network to address the backlash. The ranking remains published, and fan commentary continues collecting across social platforms. This moment highlights how a single list release can generate headlines, debate, and lasting attention.
I think we just, need to take steps as individuals. We're a super young team. We got a lot of guys, and I think that's exciting. Just, we all have so much room to grow, and if personally I can take a step in my game, and all these guys they're starting their careers or a couple years in, take another step. We're going to make it tough on teams, and that's our goal. And
Connor Bedard has made a shocking announcement that no one expected. With the 2025-26 season fast approaching, the 19-year-old Phenom's future in Chicago is now in doubt. His latest comments have left fans, reporters, and analysts reeling. Could this be the end of his time with the Blackhawks? Stay tuned as we break down what just happened and what this means for the future of Bedard and the Blackhawks.
It's an Olympic year, obviously. How much of a motivation is that for you? Open everyone's eyes and say, hey, I'm still here. I want to be on the Olympic team.
Connor Bedard's rise to stardom has been nothing short of spectacular. The young forward, who was selected first overall by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 2023 NHL Draft, quickly became the face of the franchise. In his rookie season, Bedard wasted no time making an impact, racking up 61 points and winning the Calder Trophy as the league's best rookie. By his second season, he was already producing at an elite level with 67 points in 82 games. But as the 2025-26 season approaches, everything has changed. Despite his individual success, the Blackhawks have struggled as a team. After finishing last in the Central Division for 2 straight years, the organization is still in the midst of a rebuilding process. With Bedard entering the final year of his entry-level contract, many have begun to wonder, what's next for the young superstar? In a recent announcement, Bedard broke his silence and revealed exactly what everyone feared. Connor Bedard's contract situation has been a topic of intense speculation. As the first overall pick in 2023, Bedard signed a 3-year entry-level contract with the Blackhawks, which is set to expire at the end of the 2025 to 2026 season.